Time for financial report and Bo Polny. Bo, how are you?
Pastor Dave, God bless. What an exciting week. Much going on as always. And this weekend got a big weekend ahead of us. So looking forward to seeing everybody at His Glory Ranch. Very exciting times. Financially, everything is good. When I was saying that is, I was looking at the markets this morning. So, I just was going to be coming on here. So I wanted to talk about precious metals, gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, XRP. So what we're looking at, I also put together a comparative analysis here. I'm going to pop this screen up here and let's look at gold. So if you can all look at this together here, you'll see that gold, and this is important in terms of percentages changed. Okay, so gold in January of 2025 started at $2,600. And in a matter of 12 to 13 months, it went up to just under 6,000, so $5,600. Point I'm making here, this is a roughly twofold increase, so just over doubling, so it just more than doubled. That's impressive. And right now, as we speak, gold is at $4,685. I want to compare that with silver, and why I want the viewers to understand why silver is so epic and such an incredibly awesome metal. Because at the same time, when gold was at $2,600, silver was at $29.
Wow.
Now, from $29, it escalated in price. And look what happened here. At $48 here in December of last year, okay, latter part of November. And then it went from $48 up to $121. So if you do, say, 30 times 4, so silver went up fourfold. In other words, it doubled the performance of gold. Are you everybody with me? So as exciting as gold was as a metal, it went up double and a bit. So it went up a little more than double, while silver went up fourfold, therefore doubling the performance of gold. So that's why silver is such an exciting metal, and I talk about it regularly because also it's more reasonably priced. Not everybody can go right now and spend $4,685 plus additional fees to pick up an ounce of gold when you can actually right now buy silver at just under $80. Okay, so now we're looking at this as well too. When you look at the charts here, you see this black line that I drew? I drew one on gold and I drew it on silver. Why I'm saying this is very important, this black line. This is a resistance line. So on charts, they work on angles. Charts, especially silver and gold, they don't work on, if you just look up, you see a roof above your head. That roof is this black line, but it's on an angle, okay? So we're about to see gold in the month of May break through this black line. When it breaks through the black line, it begins to accelerate. Okay, and it's going to start shooting up to 5,000. Shortly thereafter, it's going to break 5,600. And I believe it could do it this month, and I believe it will. And if it does that, then it's going to explode. Same thing with silver, okay? So silver right now is a great deal still because, okay, you're not getting it at $29 anymore, but still it's at $77, almost where it was in January, just a few dollars higher. Today, as we speak, silver's up $4.50 roughly on the day. Okay, so when it breaks this line, so when we see silver get into the $80 range, we know that it broke this black line. Now, it literally could happen tomorrow, okay? So we're at any moment in time, we could see gold break through 4,700 and silver can break through 77. So if it gets to $80 here, that means this line is broken, which means what? It's going to start to accelerate vertically, and then it's going to explode. I also want to show you Bitcoin, okay? So Bitcoin is already broken through. So you've got this channel here. It broke through it, and right now, so silver and gold, they're lagging. Bitcoin's already broken vertical. It's already several weeks through the resistance line, and it's soon also going to explode. Now, what moves with Bitcoin? XRP. Okay, so as long as Bitcoin's going up, it's like this is grandpa, and as long as grandpa's going up because it moves slower, then XRP is like silver. So it's going to outperform Bitcoin on a percentage basis. And lastly, I know Pastor Davis had many prophecies, and there's several prophets two that I for sure know of that's spoken of a stock. This is the only stock that I own, and the only one that I own is Zion Oil, okay? And so I've shown this several times on your podcast, Pastor Dave, and what you're seeing right here is Zion Oil since February, and you'll notice it's an absolute pattern perfect. So Zion Oil is continue going to go sideways and upwards, and then shortly in May into June, we're going to see a vertical price spike to the upside on both everything we've talked about. Okay, so everything is moving relative to that cycle I've shown you. So we've got Zion, Bitcoin, XRP, silver and gold all heading up May into June. So again, it's an awesome time still right now because soon enough it's about to explode. And when it goes, this is the final sale as a prophecy. We've witnessed the final sale and now we wait for an explosion. That's what's next.
It's exciting times. It's way we go. Bank of America 309 on silver. Had an expert on silver on with me today at Take 5 that's coming out. And he said that the top of Bank of America, the top person is recommending 25% of your assets into precious metals. They've never done that before, is what he said.
And I also want to, I know you sell precious metal, you have a contact you're working with. Very important, okay? Please understand, okay? Your broker will always sell you silver and gold. They're going to sell you a paper representation of it. Please understand that, okay? The only thing the broker can sell you is a paper representation. They cannot sell you gold and silver. When I say gold and silver, I mean this right here. Real stuff, okay? Yeah, there it is, okay? The thing that's heavy that you can hold in your hand. Your stock broker will sell you a paper representation such as SLV or a ticker called GLD for gold. They ain't selling you silver. So I just want to urge everybody, if you think you own silver and gold because your broker told you, okay, if they sold it to you, the broker sold you a paper representation. So I just want to utter the importance of, Pastor Dave has a very good contact, but I'm just telling you, it's critically important that you have the real stuff, okay? Because when the problems happen and the world realizes silver and gold have been manipulated for generations, which we've been telling you, okay, when it gets exposed, those paper contracts that you think you own go to a big fat zero. Yeah. They'll be worth nothing, while silver and gold, the real stuff, absolutely explode in price. So please don't miss the greatest event in human history. The wealth transfer is coming. Don't be positioned in something that you think you have, but you really own paper. Please understand hard assets versus versus paper assets that the brokers have sold. They would have sold it to you unless you reached out to a precious metals dealer. And so, lastly, I know Pastor Dave's always, talking about precious metals, and he does have some very good locations to get hard metals, real stuff. Thanks, Pastor Dave, for having me on.
Yeah, Bo, thank you so much.
It started with silence, like heaven took a breath. Then the thunder rolled heavy, and the sky split wide. What we thought would never happen fell before our eyes, but we remain. Not one heart moved, the wind bowed low, the saints stood still. One day was all he needed. One word and the war was done. The wicked vanished like vapor, but the righteous faced the sun. The old world cracked and crumbled, but we stood inside his flame, and we'll never forget when the day came. In silence, like something shook their name. Their eyes were wide with wonder, but they felt no fear, no shame. The rulers rage and crumble, still shouting as they fell. But evil had no refuge, not in earth or man or hell. And we remained, he called us by name. The earth exhaled and nothing was the same. One day was all he needed, one breath and the storm was still. He broke the chains with silence, and the air itself was filled. The fire fell without burning, and every soul knew his name. Yes, we'll never forget when the day came. We were the ones who remained, not lifted up, but left to stand. Not hidden, but seen. Not crushed, but claimed. The day didn't take us, it revealed us. And now, the harvest begins. One day was all he needed, just one to cleanse the land.